Hello everybody, Althamir here with another video. Thank you for clicking. So today I'm on the PTS server and I'm going to be, which if you don't know is the public test server for Elder Scrolls Online. And I'm going to be testing the Monolith of Storms class set. It is the Sorcerer Class Set. This was requested by someone in the comments on the video, and I figured, you know what, it really would be a good idea because I love Sorc. It was my first class that I created way back in beta, and it's such a fun class, and it really, it really is my play style. The sets I'm going with is Order's Wrath, and obviously Monolith of Storms, and then Slime Crawl. Um, I went with, I wouldn't say this is a traditional PvE setup because I tried to be a bit more PvE, but it's probably really not because I have 28k health, 30k magicka, unbuffed. I have 3.5 spell damage. Spell critical is about 39%. Uh, spell penetration is 4.4, and recovery's about 1200. Now, also, just for my bars, I'm not really doing typical bar setup either. For PvE, like I typically wouldn't have streak on my bar, but I probably would in certain situations. Even this ability, I probably wouldn't go with this morph, but I wanted the regen. All right, so let's test this out. Like I said, I'm testing Monolith of Storms. It took me a while to kind of figure out because I did some testing before just to make sure I don't look like a complete moron in the video. And I had to kind of download some add-ons so I had a better idea of what kind of damage this can do. What does it look like? Yeah. So anyway, hopefully this goes as well as the other two times I beat these guys. And you see it's like a little trident on the ground. That's kind of what you're looking for. See, it kind of links, kind of like a necromancer. Ah. Run away. Alright. So I had to concentrate there for a little bit. Sorry, so let's look at what damage we're looking at here. Let's see. Alright, so Monolith of Storms. Now again, that fight wasn't really typical PvE fight, I guess. I probably wouldn't do that on live server. I would probably do a little bit different, more of a traditional PvE bar and whatever, but the traditional PvE bar and what you quote should put on your bar is kind of like blah and overrated to me. But anyway, that's for a different video. Okay, so we're looking at my Atronach Lightning Strike 11%. Did 217k damage. Monolith of Storms, well, it crit 32% of the time. Average was about 11k. Max was about 19k. Monolith of Storms was 9% of my damage. Did 165k. It was no crit hits. I guess it can't crit right now. I don't remember if that was in the forum post or not. I don't have my phone. Of course not. Why would I? I'm only recording and need it. Why wouldn't I have it close to me? Well, if it's supposed to crit, it didn't, and it's bugged. If it doesn't crit, then maybe it should, but I mean, still. Streak did 8% of my damage. Force Pulse, 8.6. Well, yeah. Crystal Frags at about 7. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad set, but what I don't like is that it can be really small, and I mean, I can't really see. I mean, recount doesn't really show me what they're doing for damage. If you show, like, if I look at recount here, it doesn't show me where it's ticking here, so it's kind of hard. I mean, it's a little different on live, obviously. When this hit live, add-ons will be updated so you can see it a little better. Let's see if I can get another. Oops. Get off of me, table. Alright. Alright, now see if you can get him away from it. I'll do that. Get him over here. Do that. Okay, so now I got this little ring going here. See if we can keep him in it. Streak. Not bad. Kind of weird, but not bad. Have to damage something, I guess. Not bad. Monolith of Storms did 8% of the damage that time. Light Attack did 22%. Streak did 17%. So Monolith of Storms is down near the bottom there for this, but I wasn't actively trying to proc it. Like during that world boss fight, I was more trying to concentrate on keeping up Monolith of Storms like 100% of the time and making sure there was always 3 up, which is why I have Streak. Because Streak procs it. Now, your Monolith of Storms, it's going to, the little trident is going to, by the way, that's not a monolith, ZeniMax. That's a trident. Like, just look at this for a second. That's not a monolith. It's like a totem. Sorry. Anyway. See, so Streak procs it, but it's going to go where the enemy is, not where you are. So you gotta make sure that if you want to set things up like a little ring, you get this. I don't even know if the ring matters. You know, like doing something like this matters. I guess maybe to maximize the pain. I don't know. I mean, it looks cool. Still really trying to figure out if, like, you need 3? Let's see here. You may have up to 3 monoliths at a time. Monoliths linked to your other monoliths within 28 meters, which is pretty far distance. Each linking dealing 7,000. Wow, I can read. 3,800 shock damage. Okay. Every 2 seconds to enemies between or near them. So, if you're a sorcerer, fucking Christ. If you're a necromancer, this is basically like a tether. If you're not a necromancer and you play Sorc and you're like, I don't want to be a necromancer, well, welcome to being a necromancer and why we hate tethers. You know, see, does it say what the radius around it is? See, that's also a thing that I really hate about tethers on Necromancer. And here, it doesn't really tell you radius-wise, like, where the enemy has to be to get damaged. And it's really hard for me to figure it out with Recount, because I just have to trust the damage that's popping up on my bar. So let's see here. Monolith of Storms did 14,000 damage. Its average was 3.6. So that's the number I'm going to be looking for in this next fight, is 3.6. Oops. Oh, damn. Okay. Yep. Saw it. Okay. So every time you... So when you have 3 up, right? When you have 3 up like that, and then you strike again, it just replaces... It replaces it. So that's good. So you can keep it up. You can keep 3 going constantly if you're constantly nailing anything in the storm calling line. Which, you know, I mean, this is a cheap ultimate. You can keep this up pretty much as long as you want. Um, So they did 3.5, which is the number I saw, and 3.3 was another number I saw. That's not bad. I mean, but it did crit this time. Okay, so it didn't crit though. It didn't crit. No, wait, I'm looking at light attack. I'm a fucking retard. It didn't crit. So it still doesn't crit. And pardon if, you know, all you guys saying, it's in the freaking notes, you dumbass. I generally forgot. Like it's Saturday, guys. Like I don't remember this shit. Um I do think it's an interesting set. I think, you know, in terms of, I could actually see myself wanting this set and bringing it to PvP. You know, because I just love Sorcerer. Like, I'm having so much fun on Sorcerer now that I retired my Necromancer. I miss my Necromancer, don't get me wrong, but this is it's just a lot more fun. You know, because I use Streak offensively. Like, I'm that sort. You know, I don't really use it to get away very much unless I charge too hard or run into a ball group. But other than that, I use it offensively to stun you, turn around, and burst you. Anyway, I think it's an interesting set, and I think might be worth might it might be worth farming over some other sets. Like, I'm not really fond of the Arcanist set or the Warden set really, or the Nightblade set. Really, only the DK set. I don't really have a DK though. My DK is my crafter. I have like a level, I think it's like a level 30 something DK that I just don't feel like leveling, and I don't play. Last time I played him was probably like 2 years ago. I don't know. So this set, I might. I don't know how I feel about the Necromancer set. It's still, unless you're melee stamina, it's kind of useless. But this one's nice. It's niche, and I think the monoliths, I hate to say it, maybe need to be a little bit more obvious. I mean, because he's standing, it's basically in his ass on that one, so that's kind of awkward for him. So as long as I keep him near it, he'll get damaged by it. Okay, so he wasn't damaged there, but he's taking damage here. Huh, okay. Well, that's an interesting setup. You can even do a PvE setup with this. So this is not just, I don't know. It's good. It's an interesting set. Very easier to proc than the Necromancer set, and it really makes me question. I know this was supposed to be about Sorcerer, but it really makes me question some of the other sets that have like cooldowns. It's like, this doesn't have a cooldown, and I can, like, let's see. Like, look at that distance. Like, look how big I can make these. I really, really wanted to. Let's get over here. That's crazy. I mean, you do this on a roof in PvP, you could actually be pretty dangerous source. You know? Kind of like you're letting the monolith kind of do the damage for you. You know? And that could be some decent pressure, honestly. So Monolith of Storms did 53, about 54k damage. No crit. Average was about 3k. Max was 3.2. Not too bad. Had 18 hits overall. So 3.2 times 18. Not bad. Not bad. 120k damage. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Now that I've showcased this set a little more, I actually kind of like it more than I thought I would, to be completely honest with you. I didn't think I'd like it very much. And I was really worried about what was considered a monolith, which it's more of like a totem or a trident. It's not really like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just watched too many like alien movies, where a monolith to me is like giant and like this giant like alien like structure or like a rectangle or something, you know? Anyway, I hope that I answered all your questions. I didn't do this with Overload. Probably should have, but it's a fun. You get the general idea. Plus, Atronach's more fun. So, yeah, I think I already said leave in the comments below what you think, but anyway, do it. Let me know what you think. Do you like the set? I'm actually more excited about it. And so that's it. I'll see you in the next video, everybody. Thank you for watching.